Hi, I'm David. And I'm David too. We were discussing something and I was hoping we could get your input because we couldn't agree. Basically, I think that having one universal language for the whole world would be beneficial. And I still disagree. Just think of how hard it would be to implement that. Actually, a universal language would not be easy to implement. I will give you that. But with the new tools and technologies that we have nowadays, it would be a lot easier to implement than the attempts that have been made before it. Just take the example of English. It's as global as it gets, and it benefits from all the advancements in technology that we have now. Yes, but having just one language won't be useful for much, right? Actually, studies show that people tend to cooperate more when they use the same language. In international relationships, for example, countries reach more agreements when they share a language than when going through translation. If we had a universal language, that would threaten languages that are already on the verge of extinction. Well, no, these almost extinct languages would actually benefit. I know it sounds counterintuitive from a universal language because it could be used as a vessel or a gap filler between the knowledge that they have of their language and the other languages of the world. So, if we were to create a simple universal language, we could then teach it to the people of the extinct languages and have them slowly progress and share their information through this new language that would serve as a sort of memory stick to put the information that they have into more modern terms. But if there is only one language around the world, culture would disappear. All civilization would become monolithic like robots. Well, that sounds like a valid concern if you want to replace languages with a universal language. Now, in my view, this new language would not be used as a, let's say, an imposition on people. It would be used as a backup. So this language that I think would be beneficial, it would be as an alternative when the languages that we have right now are not sufficient for communication, but it would not come to replace any of them. We would not be putting any languages to death. So you're an idealist. I knew something was off with you. Yeah, so the implementation of a universal language is rooted in the idealistic, in the optimism. But just studying it allows me to think of a world where society coexists better, where we have less war, where we have more communication, because there's this universal barrier that has been removed in communication with this language. Can you fault me for being an optimist? I don't think you can, because we all like to dream big. But what do you think? Do you think a universal language would be a good idea or a bad one? Think about it. Help us decide.